Hi, my name is Priscila Pacheco, and I would like to thank the opportunity to share with you a project I developed last year with the name Belezas Apagadas. Okay, for 9 years, I have been dedicating myself to light design, and I was able to have experience with architectural, public, and artistic lighting. In the last 2 years, I have been doing a master in art and design for the public space in the University of Porto, Portugal, where I investigate how light can be a tool of art for the activation of the affective memory in the public space. Within the master, I was given the task of developing an artistic project to be performed in the public space in a moment where I was visiting my family for Christmas in Brazil and complying with the pandemic lockdown. Due to the rapid rise of COVID infection rates in Portugal and Brazil, the borders were closed and I had to lock down for 4 months with my parents, who are a risk group. At the same time, unfortunately, I lost a cousin due to COVID. So it was a moment of fear, insecurity, and sensation of abandonment. A lot of people died due to a lack of medical care and sometimes without enough oxygen supply at the hospitals. It was a giant feeling of impotence. Brazil got more than 4,000 deaths per day in early 2021. We were absolutely bombarded by graphic with numbers and spot maps getting bigger and bigger. It called my attention the way the media news presentation those numbers make a direct connection with time. They said every 21 seconds a COVID victim died in Brazil. And that shocked me a lot and made me think how much in situations of mass death the humanity of people who live seems to disappear. It seems that people only see numbers, those mothers, fathers, children, friends become statistics. After those thoughts, I started to develop a performative installation that could remind the audience that they are not only numbers, they are relationships. They are people who were important for others, for the world. And the idea was to create a work that could generate a critical thought and be a memorial in respect to those lost lives and also to the pain of those who stayed. I inspired myself in a part of a music, a Brazilian artist called Jorge Malta. In this music, he says, beauties are things lit inside. Sorrows are beauties faded by suffering. Belezas são coisas acesas por dentro. Tristezas são belezas apagadas pelo sofrimento. Think on those beauties that you are being faded in such a suffered way that would use fire, that it was oxygen system was directly attacked by the virus. From that inspiration, I thought of use a public space and fill it with glass lanterns using candles inside that when lit would leave the names of the lost relationships marked on the floor with light. Each lantern would represent a kind of the relationship. Love, mother, father, sister, a lot of relationships. The performative act would go through 3 moments. In the first one, the space would be full of unlit lanterns. In the second one, I would invite people from the audience to lit those lanterns so that the vivid light of all those relationships would make part of the public space in a subtle manner. And finally, in a third moment, to the sounds of the music that inspired the work, I would slowly start to take oxygen away, and the lantern's light would slowly fade away in a time frame similar to the 21 seconds the new talked about. By using the glass recipient's lid to cover, the fire slowly fades away in agonizing form, alluding to the end of life. From that concept, I moved on to the practical part of study ways to manipulate the firelight in a simple and cheap manner. Just by using glass recipients and candle lights that you just draw on the floor, the filtered light of the words. Initially, I made a test with a simple paper ribbon and started to realize that maybe it would not be as easy as I thought to have definition the word letters. Everything was a bit more complex. I chose the other materials and the other possible ways of making the letters work. And I realized that they needed specific sizes and distances between them, and that the candle itself needed a determined age so that the letters could have the right definition, and also to allow performance to reach the end. After some tests, I got the effect I wanted. And back in Portugal, I had the opportunity of perform the performance in a square in Vila Nova de Gaia. With help of my family and friends, I received the donation of many glass jars. We managed to make about 100 lanterns. And finally, the day arrived when the performance was present in the public space. I chose to start lighting the lanterns at dusk, still with a little bit of sunlight, so the day was ending together with the performance. And now I live here with you a little of what the moment was like, with the records of the people who were present and the music that inspired me. All my respect to the families who are grieving right now.
Na frente do cortejo, o meu beijo, muito forte como aço, meu abraço. São poços de petróleo, a luz negra dos seus olhos, lágrimas negras saem, caem, doem. Lágrimas negras saem, caem, doem. estrelas, você usa uma delas como brinco, pendurada na orelha. E o astronauta da saudade com a boca toda vermelha, lágrimas negras saem, caem, doem. São como pedras de moinho que moem, roem, moem. E você, baby, vem, vai, vem. E você, baby, vai, vem, vai. Belezas são coisas acesas por dentro, tristezas são belezas apagadas pelo sofrimento. Belezas são coisas acesas por dentro, tristezas são belezas apagadas pelo sofrimento. Lágrimas negras saem, caem, doem. Lágrimas negras saem, caem, doem.
Thank you so much.